Welcome, friend. Enter on a breath. You have rain on your coat and questions in your pocket. Good. I brought a pocket full of questions, too. We are standing in a dead mall that used to sell shoes and certainty. Tonight, it practices being a lung. We open the ribs of a city that forgot how to breathe, and we invite air and care and a small courage to come back in. I am Shanti Panda. I was asked to come because your skyline is thinning, your schools echo, your elevators sigh between floors, and no one presses the buttons anymore. You call it demographics. I call it a room that hasn't been bowed to in years. My work is simple to say, hard to do. Teach rooms to bow back. We do this with hospitality, with visible repair, with choices that vote for the world we actually want. We do this together, or not at all. First, consent. If at any moment you prefer not to be seen, you raise your hand, and the story will respectfully look away. We honor every no. Second, off-ramp. If your body says enough, you step aside, and I will thank you for listening as long as you did. No heroics required. Third, promise. I am not here to perform wonder at you. I am here to practice with you, until wonder becomes a hallway habit. Now, let me name where we stand. Between epochs. Between an old world of extraction, domination, and clever denials, and a new world of regeneration, collaboration, and honest seams. Neither has won. This moment, right now, is the cusp. And cusps are where small choices become large histories. The doctrine is brief. Every act is a vote. Beauty over efficiency when they fight. Show the seam so trust can see where you mended. I place a chipped cup on the table between us. It belonged to no one, and therefore belongs to all of us. Its crack is hairline, modest. The kind of flaw a store light would hide with the right angle. I will not ask a store light for permission to tell the truth. I will ask you. Are we willing to see the inside of things? Yes, I think we are. I tap the cup with a small dowel, and it splits cleanly into two neat sorrows. Do not worry, we did not ruin it. We told it the truth it was already carrying. Why break a thing, Shanti? Because pretending we weren't broken is how we got here. Because repair is not a rumor, it is a practice. And practice requires something to practice on. Because a city is a cupboard of cracked cups, and the cupboard wants to be loved, not hidden. We will mend it with gold, kintsugi, and with a story. Not gold to flaunt, but gold to confess. Before any gilding, someone among us speaks the fracture aloud. Perhaps the handle gave way the day an argument scalded a kitchen. Perhaps a tired hand missed the shelf by a breath. Perhaps no villain, only hurry. We speak it, because provenance is medicine. Without a story, repair is cosmetics. With a story, repair is covenant. I lift the two halves and hold them together gently. You breathe in, you breathe out. My hands are not steady because I am saintly, they are steady because I am slow. Slowness is the mother of steadiness. The gold finds the seam like water finds the riverbed. It is not a miracle. It is a method. I can feel your doubt, and I am glad that it arrived dressed as honesty. You want to know how gold lines in a broken cup will pay the water bill. I want to know that too. Here is my answer. Tomorrow, we will take this practice to the street. We will thread a crosswalk with a violet line that bows only when strangers nod. We will open a block where price tags rest and gifts move. We will log what happens, not to win a debate, but to publish a pattern anyone can reuse. But before a street can bow, a room must learn how. Every city has a skeptic brave enough to speak aloud what many are thinking. I love skeptics. Skeptics keep us honest. They say, "This is nice, but tomorrow the rent comes due." I say, "Yes," and the world you choose tonight will decide who pays, how, and with how much dignity. Extraction hides the leak and sends the bill to whoever has the least time left to read it. Regeneration shows the seam, teaches the block to breathe together, and reduces the leaks by design. That is not poetry. That is plumbing with better manners. Let me give you a simpler sentence. We don't shout rooms better. We bow them brighter. Bowing is not subservience. Bowing is clarity. Bowing says, "I see you, and I will meet you without violence." Crosswalks bow. Markets bow. Algorithms can learn to bow, but we must model it first. You, listening, may be wondering what your role is in this gold-lined sermon. Good question. Every citizen here is invited to cast a small vote before sundown tomorrow. I will not ask for a heroic vow. I will ask for a micro-commitment. One step you can complete without applause. A door held. A sign removed that shouts where silence would heal. Tea delivered at 3 a.m. to the nurse who always gives you the gentle needle. A hinge fixed for a neighbor who stopped asking. A nod offered at a hostile corner while expecting nothing in return but a slightly kinder car. Write it down somewhere your hands can't ignore. On your palm is fine. On your fridge is better. If you cannot commit tonight, that is not failure. It is honesty. Meet us at the gift block tomorrow, and we will sit with you until the smallest, true promise shows its face. We scale this by truth, not by guilt. Let me tell you why I believe this can work here. Not because you have flashy infrastructure. Those are asleep. Because I hear the smallest sounds that cities make when they are ready. I hear neighbors who have run out of appetite for being clever, and are becoming hungry for being kind. I hear former adversaries rehearsing sentences that begin with, "I'm sorry, and end with, "What do you need?" I hear a council member who still doesn't trust me practicing a line at home that starts with, "If we tried." You do not need to agree with me to be my ally. We only need to agree to practice together. I carry a ritual with me for rooms that have forgotten their manners. I call it the Ma Minute. Ma is the Japanese word for the fertile gap, the meaningful pause, the space where quality breathes. The Ma Minute has 3 moves. We arrive, we remove, we re-enter. Arrive. 2 breaths, easy and slow. Remove. 1 thing that doesn't belong, a sign, a noise, a hurry. Re-enter. A quiet line that reminds us why we are here. We will use the Ma Minute in clinics, in kitchens, in comment sections, in council chambers too. We will fail at it in the places we need it most, We will fail kindly. There is another vow I keep close, and I offer it to you now. It is the conscious co-creation oath. We will recite it together soon in a flooded plaza with a broken PA and a city that repeats the words line by line until it becomes the microphone. But for tonight, listen once. Let it land with no effort. I am a thread in the cosmic tapestry. I weave not for myself alone, but for the whole. I honor what was, tend what is, seed what will be. I choose transformation over stagnation. I choose beauty over efficiency. I choose the world my grandchildren will thank me for. I am awake. I am responsible. I am Renaissance. If one line bites you, keep the bite. The right words leave tooth marks. You might ask, why gold? Why not glue clear and pretend we never broke? Because secrecy is expensive and shame is heavy. We will not make a culture of weightlifting shame. We will make a culture of lifting seams into light, so that trust has something to hold. The moment a seam is visible, collaboration can begin. People can gather around a line and say, I see where you mended. Here is where I can help. Gold is not gilding the lily. Gold is labeling the lesson. Someone once asked me what I believe in when the lights cut and the budget calls and the inbox threatens. I believe in the small choreography of courtesy, the nod that changes a crosswalk, the apology tone that calms a room, the index card promise done before sundown, the repair we do in public so that children can point to it and say, that is how grown-ups behave. I believe in the quiet competence of elders who have seen 5 cycles of this city, pretending it is dying, and then remembering it can sing. I believe in teenagers who refuse to inherit our tired arguments and show us how to end with grace. Tomorrow we will take our cup and our doctrine to the street. We will test 2 inventions that are 90% human and 10% tool. The Fox line, a neon violet thread along a dangerous crossing that bows into walk mode when strangers acknowledge each other with a small, ordinary nod. And the gift block, a mini market, where the currency is not price, but promise. Cusp coins minted by acts that reduce harm or increase clarity. A cup of tea for the night nurse is worth more there than an ad ever was. We will measure quietly. We will publish publicly. We will not brag. Ragging is just insecurity in a louder hat. Before you go home, I offer 3 questions to hang by your door, the way some families hang keys. First, what can I remove so quality can breathe? Second, where is the seam I am avoiding, and what story does it want told? Third, what is one small vote I can cast before sundown that my future self will thank me for? You do not need my permission to begin. You do not need my presence to continue. If you need a sentence to lean on while you try, use mine. We don't shout rooms better. We bow them brighter. I will close with gratitude and a covenant. Gratitude to your skepticism for keeping this honest. Gratitude to your tenderness for showing up in a dead mall with wet shoes and open ears. Covenant to return tomorrow not with speeches but with street practice. Not with slogans but with seams. Not with a miracle but with a method. Enter on a breath, Leave on a promise. Write one true line you can finish by sundown. Tape it where your hand will see it before your doubt does. If you cannot think of a line, borrow this one. Today, I am co-creating a patient crosswalk. Or this. Today, I am co-creating breakfast for the neighbor I have ignored. Or this. Today, I am co-creating a room where my son can breathe. If none of those fit, write, today, I am co-creating the courage to begin tomorrow. That counts too. When we meet again, we will bring our finished lines like lanterns. We will hold them up to each other's faces to see we were never alone. We will place the golden cup at the edge of the room where everyone can see the seam, and remember, the point was never to be unbroken. The point was to be unafraid of mending. I am Shanti Panda. I am not here to win. I am here to weave. And if you are hearing this, then so are you. Enter on a breath. I'll see you in the street.